Everybody that is listening this morning, also watching on our KRVN YouTube, Twitter, and Facebook feed. And thank you for joining us for the morning roundup. I'm Paul Perkins in for Clay Patton, who's at the Week Quality Council meetings, busy with that in Olathe, Kansas. He'll be back on Monday. Many more temperatures right now, just around zero, above and below zero. The coldest of the temperatures in central Nebraska, with temperatures right now at about 1 to 4 below. Otherwise, we are down to as low as 11 below in the Nebraska Sandhills at Thetford, and also some single digits below zero in the Nebraska Panhandle. A lot of our wind chill readings this morning in the teens below zero. Allow yourself some extra time. There is a fair amount of snow on the roads this morning, thanks to that disturbance that moved through last night that dumped in many locations about 1 to 2 inches of snow. That snow now into western Iowa, pretty much broken up, but we are seeing some areas of light snow over north central Kansas from Hill City to around Woodston, and also in southeast Nebraska towards Fairbury on into northeast Kansas towards Washington, but not expected that to be too much. Central Nebraska forecast, we'll see partly cloudy skies today. Highs in the low 20s, a southeast wind at about 10 to 20. Mostly clear for central Nebraska tonight. Lows in the low teens, the southwest wind at 10 miles per hour. Sunshine, much warmer for tomorrow. We'll see highs in the mid-40s and southwest winds at 10 to 20. On Sunday, there's a 30% chance of rain, not snow, just rain. That's mainly late in the day. A likely chance of rain, maybe a thunderstorm for Sunday night. Also a slight chance of snow on Wednesday night through Thursday. Low to mid-50s for highs for Sunday through Wednesday in central Nebraska. We'll back up to highs in the low 40s as we head towards Thursday. A little warmer today with highs in the 20s to the mid-30s. Some southeast winds kicking in on the backside of high pressure. Warming trend continuing into the weekend. Tomorrow, we'll see highs in the mid-40s to the low 50s. Approaching low pressure, drawing Gulf of Mexico moisture north for Sunday, boosting our highs into the 50s in Nebraska, 60s in Kansas. A plentiful supply of moisture, allowing for rain and thunderstorms to develop Sunday evening through Sunday night with the cold front that tracks to the southeast. Some of those storms may be strong to severe. Heavy rain may also be a concern. That better chance of some slight risk of severe weather to the south of I-70 on into Kansas. Currently at KRVN, we have -1 on the temperature. Check the factors influencing commodity trade next. Sponsored by Ward Laboratories of Kearney.
Calving season is nearly here, and at Moline Seed and Fence, they have the supplies you need to keep your calves healthy when they hit the ground. They have Ritchie engravable or ride-on tags, all flex tags in a variety of colors, colostrum and milk replacer, and supplies for your OB kit. All in stock now. Upgrade your ranch setup with portable panels or freestanding windbreaks to make calving season a breeze. Call Shane 308-529-0781. Pickup or ranch delivery available. Moline Seed and Fence.
I'm going to feed the hay I cut anyways, so why bother getting a forage test?
Forage testing with Ward Labs helps you balance key nutrients, prevents underfeeding, and when nitrates are tested, helps mitigate risk tied to nitrates. Knowing your forage's nutritional results is key in calculating supplement inputs and saving you money. This year, a forage analysis will help you make the best decisions to stretch your hay through the drought. For fast and affordable forage testing, trust Ward Labs. To learn more or to submit your samples, visit wardlab.com.
Drinker Broth here on the Rural Radio Network. Now it's time to take a look at the opening commodity trade. Online with us from Chicago is Mark Gold with Top Third Ag Marketing. So, Mark, what are we seeing ahead of today's markets on this Friday?
Well, good morning. March corn down 5 3/4 cents, 654.5. March wheat down 11 1/4, 727, and March beans down 0.5 cent. 1534 3/4. That was a dime off the highs. We have March options expiring today, so could we try to see the March corn go off at 650? That's certainly possible out here. The exports light all the way around. Wheat a total of 418, corn 848, beans 557. Only 176 of it was to the Chinese. The dollar right now is up 62 ticks over 105. It's at 105.16. A lot of resistance there at 106, but very strong here. Highest prices we've seen really since December. The Dow Jones is down 376 with crude oil up 20 cents a barrel. So those outside markets might play into it here today. The Buenos Aires Exchange says the soybean production is 33.5. The Chinese offered a peace deal for Ukraine. They suggested that Russia should hold all the land that they've captured And in exchange, we should drop all the sanctions against Russia. That's an absolute non-starter. So, I still think these markets are under some pressure here. Funds are still long corn and beans and meal.
Thank you. And that was Mark Gold with Top Third Ag Marketing, taking a look at the futures ahead of today's open. He's with Top Third Ag Marketing in Chicago, and you can see more at topthird.com. Do remember that trading futures involves a risk of loss that may not be suitable for all investors. You're listening to the Rural Radio Network.
The frost is coming out of the ground. Soon it'll be time to roll. A new season, a new challenge. It makes your heart race. Gotta plant earlier, faster, with more on the line. Gotta make the most of every seed. We get it. We're Meristem Crop Performance. We know you sell bushels, not empty promises. Connect with us for the right tools, like excavator and Revline hopper throttle, to fight back and get more bushels for less. Find your local dealer at meristemag.com.
Getting experience to jumpstart a meaningful career can be difficult, and education can cost a fortune. Luckily, AmeriCorps can be the solution. With AmeriCorps, you'll earn a stipend and education award while helping people. Plus, you'll gain professional skills and make connections to help you build your career. If you're ready to start a career you can be proud of, visit serve.nebraska.gov/service to find a program for you. Paid for by Serve Nebraska, aired with the Nebraska Broadcasters Association and this station.
And welcome back to the Rural Radio Network. Now it's time to get our livestock comments this morning from Jerry Stoll of Country Futures in Frankfort, Kansas. On this final day of the trade, what are you seeing? Final day of the trade this week, I should say. What are you seeing in the futures?
Well, first of all, look at the outside markets here. S&Ps are down sharply, down 55. Dollar index up 53. Crude oil up 23. And Dow futures down 385. So negative influence from the outside. Last night's lean hog index was 78.18, up 65. And the pork cutout value rose 298 to 86.03. We'll just call the hogs probably mixed easier with this outside trade in the financials. Last night's feeder index was 82.57, down 3. Choice beef cutout value was actually unchanged on the day at 287.91, and that was down from that noon print of 288.54. We got very good activity in the cash market here. As far as price is concerned, we'll call this Nebraska, Iowa market fully 2 spots, $3 higher. Lighter trade in the south at 164, which is a couple dollars higher, and we may well see 165 today. Now, futures have known this. They've been pricing in a 165 or better cash now for weeks as these April cattle trade around 165. We got a lot of help yesterday in the feeders from sharply lower corn, and corn's lower here again today. And we look for everything to kind of settle down today. The feeders have to still line up to deferred live cattle, and they kind of act kind of tired. So we're just going to call the cattle mixed here. The higher cash is supportive while the outside markets are negative.
Thank you. And that was Jerry Stoll with Country Futures at Frankfort, Kansas. You can contact them at countryfutures.com. But do remember that trading futures involves a risk of loss that may not be suitable for all investors. If you didn't catch all their comments, you can catch the podcast at ruralradionetwork.com.
Thank you much, Jacob. This check of factors influencing commodity trade here on KRVN is sponsored by Ward Laboratories of Kearney. A big hello to everybody that is watching on our KRVN channels of YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Thank you for joining us for the morning roundup, our kind of most important time of the day with the look at the weather, also the opening check of the markets, and of course, a look at sports is coming up next with Jayson Jorgensen, so stay close.
Marshall Land Brokers and Auctioneers present 181 acres, a unique tract of sub-irrigated cropland, including river accretion land, productivity combined with recreational opportunities, located on the north side of Interstate 80 near Gothenburg. Receive full possession. That's 181 acres now available. Contact Luke Huddleston, the listing agent, at 293-7258. See details at marshallauction.com. That's Marshall Land Brokers and Auctioneers of Kearney.
Producers, join us at the Warner Beef Bull Sale Wednesday, March 8th at 1 p.m. at the Ranch, Arapahoe, Nebraska. Offering the best yet, Balancer, Gelbvieh, and Sim Angus bulls, including 70 big, stout 18-month-old bulls and 70 fantastic spring yearlings. Every bull sells with a complete data set, genomics, fertility tested, and our unconditional guarantee, along with free keep and free delivery. Don't miss this opportunity to increase the pay weight and profitability of your calf crop with a Warner Beef bull. For more information, contact Dan at 308-962-6511 or visit us at warnerbeef.com. Or you can view and bid online at dvauction.com. That's the Warner Beef Genetic Investment Bull Sale, Wednesday, March 8th at Arapahoe, Nebraska. Offering the best yet, Balancer, Gelbvieh, and Sim Angus bulls.
We're coming up on 8:17 on your KRVN morning news time. Busy time of the year for high school basketball. With all the details, here's Jayson Jorgensen and your sports.
Hey, thanks, Paul. In sub-district action last night for the boys, it was Seward over Hastings, winning the B6 45-38. At the B7, McCook moves on with a 49-30 win over Northwest. At the C18, it was Central City past Aurora, and at the C19, Adams Central down Kearney Catholic 40-31. At the C110, St. Paul knocked off Centura, and at the C111, the game of the night from Cozad, Holdridge in double overtime beats the Haymakers 70-68. Holdridge's Jackson Heinrichs with 46 points that broke the previous school record of 40 set by Randy Florell back in 1977. Into the C112, it was Ogallala over Sydney. C29, highly anticipated matchup between Amherst and Don from Trumbull, and the Broncos rolled last night 75-62. And at the C210, St. Cecilia knocked off Thayer Central. Hershey held off Highline for the C211 sub-championship, winning it 50-40. At the D17, it was Ansley Litchfield working their way past Pleasanton 49-45. And Sandy Creek, they stopped Kennesaw 51-39 at the D18. The D19 saw Loomis advance past Southern Valley 61-45. And at the D110, St. Pat's beat Maywood Hayes Center 40-39. DCS, they won the D111. Shelton took the D27. And at the D28, SCM marches on. Thanks to a 52-41 win over Sand Hills Thedford, the D29 saw Medicine Valley over Wallace 55-48. All kinds of girls district finals set for tonight. We'll have a couple of those for you here on 880 KRVN. 20-3 Southern Valley takes on perennial power Archbishop Bergen. They'll meet up in Aurora. That one tips off at 7. Southern Valley is aiming for its first trip to state since 2010. We'll bring you the game on 880 KRVN. And tonight at home, Gothenburg looks to punch its ticket for the girls' state tournament for a second straight year. They have a tough matchup against Columbus Scotus. That one tips off at 6:30. We will bring it to you on Kimmy Country. Super senior forward Darian Nebaker scored a career-high 30 points, but it wasn't enough as Loper men lost on the road last night to Missouri Western 83-78. Both the Loper women and men wrap up the regular season at home tomorrow with Senior Day against Fort Hays State. Loper women are looking to celebrate an undefeated season at home when they take on the Tigers. It's Senior Day for 4 super seniors in Claire Kirsch, Brooke Carlson, Megan Holt, and Alyssa Backus. Head coach Carrie Amy says this has been a special group.
It's been a group that's given so much, to our program, and we've come so far, and they as individuals have come a long way. And we collectively as a team have come a long, long way. And, they've been through a lot of difficult things. They've been through COVID. They've been through, ups and downs of just learning how to be successful in this league. And
the women's game begins at 2 with the men's game at 4. We will bring those to you on 93.1 The River and 106.9 in Kearney. The 5th-ranked UNK wrestling team heads to Shadron tomorrow for the NCAA Super Region 6 tournament. This one-day, 11-team event serves as a qualifier for the NCAA Division II championships. Husker baseball team plays this weekend with a 3-game series at South Alabama. First pitch of the series is set for 6:30 tonight. There'll be afternoon games tomorrow and Sunday. And Nebraska Athletics has scheduled a press conference for a big announcement this afternoon at 1:30. It's expected that Nebraska will announce they will play a volleyball match at Memorial Stadium this fall. That's a look at sports. For more, find it anytime at krvn.com. I'm Jayson Jorgensen.
Get ready for retirement by joining Tim Kohanek and Jeff Gove of Stonebridge Insurance and Wealth Management every Saturday morning at 11 for the Stonebridge Retirement Compass Radio Show. Securities offered through World Equity Group, member FINRA and SIPC. Advisory offered through Retirement Wealth Advisors. RWA, Stonebridge, and World Equity Group, Inc. are separately owned and operated.
At HFX Honda Power Sports in Hastings, there's no one-size-fits-all solution for dirt bikes, but the Honda CRF 125F gets pretty darn close. Sized right for young and smaller riders, it's full of features to help you focus on the best parts of the experience. We're also also a Honda Service Center and are equipped to service a broad range of products, makes, and models. Give us a call at 402-463-4717 to schedule an appointment today. HFX Honda Power Sports. Your adventure starts here. Parents need to consider a rider's age, size, ability, and maturity before allowing them to ride.
You've got good, clean farm equipment to sell. The new year is the perfect time with Michael Wagner Implement. Use Michael Wagner Implement and the proven power of Tractor House to move your equipment. The demand is high and they've got online auctions coming up. They get more eyes on your equipment and list your price. It's a win-win when you use Michael Wagner Implement's history of success, plus the proven power of Tractor House. Give them a call at 402-923-1160.
Learning to do, doing to learn, earning to live, and living to serve. This simple phrase gives FFA members words to live by as they experience opportunities in the FFA organization. Wearing the blue corduroy is a privilege available to those who believe in the future of agriculture. In February, we celebrate FFA members, FFA advisors, and FFA alumni who believe that American agriculture can and will hold true to the best traditions of our national life. This FFA salute is brought to you by Landmark Implement, your John Deere dealer in central Nebraska and northern Kansas.
Hi, this is Jim Baldonado with the Home Agency. With the win that we had this last October, were you surprised, or let's say maybe disappointed, to find out that if the ear was not attached to the stock, that you did not get paid? There are a lot of differences between win policies, and you need to make sure that you have the one that you want to purchase. So for more information, call home, the Home Agency, that is, at 1-800-245-4241. That's 1-800-245-4241.
Definitely feeling like winter this morning. Wind chills this morning down into the teens below zero. Temperatures just below zero in many locations of central Nebraska. Many other locations just above zero. Also about 1 to 2 inches of snow on the ground. So allow yourself some extra time. We'll see partly cloudy skies in central Nebraska today. Highs in the low 20s. Southeast winds at 10 to 20. Low teens tonight. Sunshine tomorrow. Much warmer with highs in the mid 40s. And southwest winds 10 to 20.
At Security First Bank, we keep an eye out for you. But here's how you can keep an eye out for yourself. Never give your PIN, passwords, or any one-time code over the phone. And if someone poses as your bank, know that we'd never ask you these questions. Don't answer suspicious texts or emails either. With Security First Bank, we'll fight scams and fraud together because we're the bank. Member FDIC.
Hi, everyone. Adam Marshall with 2 upcoming online auctions. March 14th is our large online no-reserve equipment auction. This auction will feature equipment from the Dakey estate, including a 2011 John Deere 9670 combine, a 2004 John Deere 8220 mechanical front tractor, and a John Deere 4560 tractor, plus many other items. Call to consign. Then, April 4th is an online auction for farm and construction toys. Call to consign for this auction. We are accepting items now. Learn more about these selling opportunities at marshallbid.com.
This check of farm news on KRVN, sponsored by Ag Excel of Kearney.
Ag Excel, your one-stop shop for precision liquid fertilizer placement, has everything you need to set up your implement for liquid fertilizer placement. Whether you're planting, drilling, side dressing, strip tilling, applying starter, 2x2, insecticide, fungicide, or even treating dry fertilizer, Ag Excel has a solution for your needs. Give them a call today to discuss your needs. Ag Excel, 877-218-1981, or visit their website at agexcel.com for a free quote.
The Economic Research Service says that food price increases will slow as we progress into 2023. Good Friday morning. I'm Alex Makovicka joining you with a check of the latest in agriculture news. Food prices, they took a significant jump last year at the USDA's Ag Outlook Forum. Spiro Stefano, the administrator of the Economic Research Service, said the spike was the largest in several decades.
In 2022, food prices rose 9.9%. That's the highest annual rate since 1979. These price increases were driven by sustained increases across all food categories. Between this past December and January, food prices increased again about 0.7%. So still climbing, but it's decelerating.
Matt McLaughlin is a USDA research economist. He talks about some of the key takeaways from their findings.
First is this was a very high level of inflation. It's the highest level of food price inflation since 1979. This isn't attributable to a single price category or group of categories, but rather was driven by price increases across the board. Prices didn't decrease for any category. Beef and veal decreased the least at 5.3%.
And for 2023, McLaughlin says prices will still be going up, but at a slower rate than they were last year.
We still expect prices to increase, albeit at headline levels typically lower than last year. However, a substantial uncertainty persists, particularly for some of the subcategories of food like eggs that have been going through recent periods of high volatility.
More information at ers.usda.gov. Well, USDA is also out with its new forecast for U.S. ag exports and imports for 2023. USDA Chief Economist Seth Meyer at the USDA Ag Outlook Forum talks about the nature of U.S. ag imports.
This isn't a basket of a whole bunch of commodities that compete directly with U.S. agricultural products. There are some, but you have some of those vegetables and fruits which come in counter seasonally, right? We aren't producing it at this time. It comes in counter seasonally and makes it available at those times. Some of them are preparations like miscellaneous horticultural products would be inputs or ingredients into some other product, added U.S. ingredients, and then produced within the United States. And then clearly some of the things like distilled spirits are folks making diet, if you want to call consuming beer and alcohol diet. It's part of your diet and you're making diversified choices in doing so, right? So I think that it is an interesting process by which the strong dollar provides some of those consumers some opportunities to kind of get some variation in there as well too. If we see the dollar weaken a little bit, we may see a little bit of rebalancing between our exports and our imports.
That's USDA Chief Economist Seth Meyer. You're listening to the latest in agriculture news on the Rural Radio Network.
Sponsored by Ag Excel of Kearney.
You're getting antsy, wanting to get in the field, but all you can do is walk around and look at your stuff. Then you noticed it. Some of the tires on your tractors, trucks, and equipment is in worse shape than a Chinese spy balloon. Time to get a hold of Nebraska Land, Kansas Land, or Colorado Land Tire Group. These guys can handle any type of ag tire, from the biggest tractor and combine tires to truck tires to sprayers, planters, and tillage equipment. And if you can't get it to them, they can come to you. Online at thetirestore.com. Nebraska Land, Kansas Land, and Colorado Land Tire. If you're out of air or need repair, these guys care.
Attention cattlemen, Marshall Lamb Brokers and Auctioneers have listed for sale 602 acres of well-located grassland. Includes an electric submersible well with underground pipeline to tanks, located next to a paved road near Eddyville in Dawson County. For details on this exceptionally well-located 602 acres of grassland, contact Luke Huddleston or Miles Marshall. See marshallauction.com. That's Marshall Lamb Brokers and Auctioneers of Kearney. And remember, the best investment on earth is earth.
Chundy Land and Cattle's 7th annual Maternal Performance Bull Sale is Saturday, March 18th at 1 o'clock Mountain Time at the Imperial Auction Market, selling 55 yearlings and 44 two-year-old bulls. Angus sires include Squareby True North, Poss Achievement, Zitz Stellar, and Zitz Accomplishment. Sim Angus sires include Red Hill 231A and CCR Stockman. The bulls are available to view at the ranch near Hagler. Details are available online at ChundyLandandCattle.com and videos are on DD Auction. That's the Chundy Land and Cattle 7th annual Maternal Performance Bull Sale, Saturday, March 18th, 1 o'clock Mountain Time, Imperial Auction Market.
Imagine you're a basketball team that just won the title game, not by 1 bucket or 10, but by a score of 90-24. That would be a historic butt whooping. Just like the beatdown Corteva AgriScience nitrogen stabilizers are putting on competitors. Our Optonite technology and Inserve and Instinct Next Gen locks nitrogen in your corn's root zone for up to 8 weeks versus only 2 weeks for others. See the difference our playbook makes at nutrientmaximizers.com.
Jacob Roth here on the Rural Radio Network. Now it's time to take a look at the opening markets, taking a look at things influencing the trade. Today is the 1-year anniversary of Russia's invasion of Ukraine and how that has moved the markets. It is 1 year into that. Also, another thing note, looking at South America, Buenos Aires Grain Exchange lowered their corn production forecast to 41 million metric tons as opposed to 44.5 million metric tons previously. Another thing to note is that's 6 million metric tons below what the WASDE had on their last report. So we'll see how that continues. Also in Buenos Aires, they lowered their bean production as well, so that will continue to push the markets. Looking at where things are at currently on the open, a lot of red on the screen for the grain complex. Livestock, though, on the green side of things. Corn in March, 653 and a quarter, down 7. May, 651 and a half, down 7 3/4. July, 643, down 7 3/4. September, 595 and a half, down 4 and a half. Soybeans in March, 1530 and a quarter, down 4. May, 1521, down 6 and a quarter. July, 1511 and 1512, down 7 and a half. August, 1581 or 1481 and a half, down 7. Chicago wheat in March, 723, down 15 and a quarter. May, 1534 and 3/4, down 15 and 3/4. KC wheat in March, 843 and a quarter, down 17 and a half. May, 836 and 3/4, down 20. Jumping to the livestock side, live cattle in February, 165.47, up 32. April, 165.72, up 40. August or June, 161.57, up 30. August, 160.32, up 22. Feeder cattle in April, 194.12, up 45. May, 194.12, up 40. August, 211.62, up 27. September, 213.80, up 12. Lean hogs in May, 96.37, up 42. June, 104.15, up 20. July, 106.35, that's up 12 cents. Classroom milk in March, 17.79, up 3 cents. For more ag and market news, you can find it at ruralradionetwork.com.